Welcome back to another episode of Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin, and today we've left our Final Four and March Madness and all that craziness, and we've moved back to our regular reviews.
Yep.
So, we're going back to the O.H. Ingram. This is the O.H. Ingram Rye. Again, another media sample. Thank you to our friends at O.H. Ingram.
Yep.
Really appreciate the media sample. This is their rye. So their rye is 98 proof. Okay. So each one's like, they float, give or take, around 100. So the flagship was 100. The wheat one that just came out this year was 105. This is 98. This is the second whiskey they released.
Okay.
And I know you have a bottle of the original white label one that they released. All the same information. So it's MGP.
Yep.
So this is 95.5. So
they just distill it, but obviously everything's aged down there.
Right. Nothing is stored in MGP. Everything is stored on their barge. That's what O.H. Ingram's known for. They are known for the fact they have patent pending.
Yep.
It's all that kind of good stuff. They age the whiskey on a barge that's anchored right on the Mississippi. So, yeah, there's movement, but
weather changing, and
that's the big stuff. It's the barometric pressure changes and the humidity levels and the temperatures.
The humidity right there
should be about 100%.
Summer is pretty bad.
Should be right around 100%. All right. So, thumbs up for the bottle open.
Yep.
Let's give her a crack. Yeah, so MGP, the bottling company is called Brown Water Spirits, which is, yeah. But it's traditional 95.5 MGP. 3+ years, does it say? So it is straight.
Yeah, it's age 3+.
Minimum of 3 years, okay.
Not getting much on the nose. I mean, I can get a little bit of the rye, like a rye spice, but
yeah,
that's...
I get a little more of the herbally, almost like leaning towards the mint side.
Okay.
Not like the peppery spice. There's some sweetness in there, but not.
Ooh, that's good.
Not okay.
Sweet.
That's really sweet, with a little bit of spice. Like it's a nice.
I get. Yeah.
It's a good rye.
Yeah.
That kind of reminds me of that Overholt, the Bottled and Bond one. That's sweet with a spice, like kind of note. Not. The H. Taylor's just candy. It's almost not rye. No, that's very nice. This is what I was hoping for. Okay. Because I mean, the flagship bourbon is MGP's 36% rye bourbon, and you could tell there's an impact from this aging process. So I was really, this was the test, honestly, because 95.5 MGP bourbon is not our favorite profile.
No.
There are places that take it and have done some really good things with it. This one is coming up there, but Wheeler's Raid does a really good job with it. Nashville Barrel Company, I just had some of theirs. It's pretty good, and it's MGP. So, yeah, that aging process on that water just makes such a crazy impact.
So I go back to the nose, and all I do is I get ethanol.
No, I'm not getting ethanol. Like I said, I get a little herbaliness. I get some sweetness. Not much else. Yeah, it's not super open right now. I wonder if this is one that opens up a little bit as you, either sit with it or have the bottle open and let the air kind of start to touch it.
Second sip is just as sweet.
Yeah.
I get more brown sugar though this time around. Heavier brown sugar.
Okay. But it's that dark, so the very molassesy dark sugar with some kind of a spice in there, like baking spice type thing, nutmeg. Not quite cinnamon, more like the nutmeg side.
Yep.
Something, maybe like an allspice in there. A little bit of vanilla notes. Overall, this
is solid.
It's a very good bottle. Very good bottle.
It's just as expensive as the rest of them.
It is. It's $80. Well, the flagship at 100 is a little crazy, but this is $80. $70 to $80 is probably what you'll find it for. I do have insider information. They're building a new barge.
A second one?
Yeah.
I'm sure to keep up with demand.
Yeah. They're I think they're struggling with the demand, and they really they only have 3 states with bottles on shelf, which is Kentucky, Tennessee, and Louisiana. And then
I don't understand why the Illinois and Mississippi,
I don't know
Missouri are right there.
I don't know the answer to any of that stuff. But and then they have a deal with Sealbox, SEEL. It's an online liquor distributor thing, and 13 states that goes through them, and it's not like a crazy markup or anything like that. It's pretty much, if this is the MSRP is $80, that's $80 on the website. Back to it. Let's drop some water in there. Now, I do remember with the flag, I think it was the flagship, adding water to it made it move back to more of that MGP bourbon note. Mm-hmm. But it feels like this actually needs to open up some, so kind of hoping it doesn't get back to the traditional 95.5 MGP or I note. I'm just hoping it opens it up a touch.
It's got more of a rye nose to me.
Yeah, it's there. I mean, it's there. It did open up the rye side of it. But it's not bad. It's not an overpowering or like super aggressive the way it sometimes is.
It's sugary, but not. I don't get the brown sugar anymore.
No, it's more of a like a charred vanilla or like a burnt sugars more than brown sugar. Mm-hmm. The spice is still there nicely.
Finish, yep.
A little more warmth coming up through it, like almost a chest. Like it's got a little warmth coming into the chest. It didn't ruin it, which is what I'm.
You can go either way.
I kind of like it neat. I think that would make a really good cocktail too. Mm-hmm. Like an old fashioned with that, or a Manhattan with that would be really nice. It sits around nicely. It's got a decent oil to it. It's not like doesn't last forever, but it's definitely there.
Got a nice little burn in the back now.
Yeah. Like, and then it kind of and then it just trickles down as a warmth.
Sits there.
Yeah.
Well, I see why they're having to.
Yeah, expand.
I mean, this is a solid bottle.
Yeah.
And it's obviously gaining in popularity.
I think notoriety too. Yeah, that's. I think that's part of it. Is
like people had some sticker shock when they first hit the shelf. No one knew who they were.
And skepticism, like, they're just copying Jefferson's Reserve, and no, they really aren't. It is a very different process.
I think that's probably their inspiration.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But instead of
the Ingrams, I mean,
hanging out in the ocean, zipping back and forth. I mean, just build that. Like what they did, just build
a big old barge and let it sit in there.
Let it sit there and do its thing.
The Ingram family they've been in shipping for a long time, and I think it's one of the newest generation. Like I think the guy's in his like mid-30s or something like that. Hank Ingram.
Yeah.
He kind of thought, this is different. Like I could do this. So pull it off.
He's doing pretty good.
It's a good product. Ooh, the cinnamon! I got a little cinnamon coming through now. It's a really good product. I'm interested to see if they ever decide to do their own juice. I really don't think they're going to. They're not into the distilling side. They're in the barreling and finishing side.
I mean, we've said it before. It goes back. I mean, do you want to sink your money into all that?
Right.
Or you've got a good product now,
and let
MGP continue to distill it.
Production is a whole different business line than sales and marketing. Mm-hmm. So that's, I'm sure, a big chunk of what the decisions are there.
Again, it's more acceptable now to
non-producer distiller.
Take someone else's juice and finish it, where 10, 15 years ago, I feel like it was frowned upon.
A little frowned upon. Yeah. I've got nothing bad to say about that. I think that's really, for MGP Rye, that's really good MGP Rye.
They did a great job finishing it.
Did a very good job finishing it. They are also, they do have, we talked about this, I think the last time we did an OH Ingram, they are holding some barrels and seeing what age on the river does to them. So they're running some experiments through all that.
Good.
So that's good. I'd love to see
what comes out next.
I'd love to see like an 8-year.
Yeah.
You know, what is 8 years sitting on the river with all those temperature changes and barometrics and all that, like everything that's happening there? Really think that could have a huge impact.
I wonder if they ever got to the point where they did more of a Jefferson's, where it actually went up and down the Mississippi. Because you got to think about if you went down to New Orleans in the summer and then come back up more to Kentucky, fall through the winter, get the cold swings.
Real cold and real hot and humid. Yeah. I mean, it would have an impact, I'm sure. But I don't know how expensive it is to move a barge that size down a river.
I don't know.
That's probably a lot of weight you're pushing. Very solid bottle. Definitely want to say thank you again to our friends at OH Ingram.
Very much appreciated.
Yeah, super appreciate the media samples. We will continue to enjoy these bottles. But yeah, good bottle. If
you can find it,
it'd be a great ride to add to the bar.
I don't see a lot of the bottles on the shelves. It's rare.
I would agree. Yeah. Well, a lot of times I only see the original one.
Right.
That's the regular white label is really the only one I ever see.
Well, again, we appreciate the media sample.
Yeah,
Looking forward to see what they release next.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll be nice enough and send us a bottle of that too.
Let's hope.
Well, we appreciate you watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, as always, we'd encourage you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen, trying to grow the channel.
That's right. If you're new, subscribe. Hit that bell icon. You get notified every time we put out content kind of just like this. So, yeah, want to grow the channel? If you like whiskey, come follow our journey.
Thanks for watching.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.